know with Trinity Readings, we are doing the Cancer Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements, because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All the water sign readings today have had some pretty heavy energy around them. And it might just be that this new moon coming up is in Aries, and it's a fire energy. And in order for water signs to really embrace that fire energy, you got to kind of be able to release any kind of like heavy emotions, or really be able to tap into your intuition to follow that inspirational energy. Water signs are less likely to take, big, bold action. And so it might be that this energy just, brings more discomfort to water signs. Let's see what's the strongest message that is wanting to come through for you this week. All right. You have free spirit as your overall energy for the week. So that's really just about embracing where you are on your path, embracing your own truth. And really, it's like that Aquarius energy. It's really about being able to stand out, being able to kind of stand in your truth, and being able to do that, without fear, and being okay with being vulnerable. You also have the shared mission card and the legacy card. So this is very much twin flame energy. This is also a message of having a very special purpose and having a very special path, having a path that's very significant to you, having a path that's very significant to, your soul at a deep level. If you're in a connection, that's not, no, okay. I kind of feel like this is more about not focusing so much on your love life or on your relationships. That's not to say that you're not manifesting one. That's not to say that you don't have one. But I feel like it's about making sure that in your romantic relationships, in your friendships, in, your connections with others, period, that you're able to kind of stand out. You're able to stand in your truth without fear. In terms of manifesting soulmate connections, in terms of twin flame connections, those connections come together the easiest when both people are standing in their own authentic truth. And I noticed, especially like with the twin flame connections, that it's always perceived that the other person is not doing the work, or that you have to wait for the other person in order for you to really be on your own personal path. But it's about being and remaining in that energy, because that energy is what elevates both people. I do kind of feel like if you have a connection with another person, or if you've been wanting to manifest a connection with another person, I do feel like that's something that's coming together for you. But I also feel like whatever's going on within that right now, there's a need to be able to embrace where you are now and be okay with what is going on within the connection right now. For some of you, if we're being honest, I feel like it might be that you're stepping away from a romantic connection and getting more in touch with yourself. I feel like it's important. It's almost like instead of focusing on manifesting things together, on manifesting a relationship and then moving forward on your own personal path, it's about understanding what your own personal path is and standing in that energy and manifesting the connection after. But I do feel overall this is a message that I do feel that it's a message about not losing yourself in your connections with other people, because you're co-creating with everybody that you connect to, right? You're bouncing energy off of each other, and so if you're connecting with people and it's not resonating with your truth, it's blocking you from moving forward. It's blocking you from growth. And so make sure that when you're in your connections, that you're able to stand in your truth and follow your own path and be confident in that, so the people that you connect with are helping you co-create and helping you move forward on a path that is your true path. All right, so let's see what else you have going on. What is your energy coming into the week? Oh, that's weird. The Seven of Swords and the Judgment card were flipped over. So I kind of feel like something that hasn't been seen clearly or something that has been hidden from you is going to be made very clear to you. I also feel like for some of you, you do have a very special path. You do have a legacy to leave in some way, shape, or form. And that's going to be made very clear to you this week. Okay, sorry. Let's see, what is your energy coming into the week? I want to say this. There's something going on with Chiron placement and the moon right now, and it's really triggering people. It's triggering like very, very deep wounds. It's triggering deep fears. It's triggering, pain that you've buried, and haven't even acknowledged forever, right? And it's a pretty intense energy. So you might feel that you're being very triggered right now. But there's a purpose for that. I would recommend looking at what your Chiron placement is in your birth chart. It's spelled Chiron, because that tells you where you're going to be triggered the most. But when you learn about it and you work with it, it also helps you see what your biggest strength is and where your power is. I also feel like it's like you're needing to move forward by trusting in your intuition. And I feel like you might be unsure about that or really be struggling with that, because you are in this energy of the Nine of Wands. You are in this energy of, feeling worn out, feeling like you've been fighting a battle. In terms of your connections with other people, I do feel like there might be a lot of conflict. There might be a lot of triggering going back and forth. Yeah, I kind of feel like if it's not a romantic relationship, it might just be your connections in general. I kind of feel like the support system you have, or the people that are meant to support you, I almost feel like it's more of you're feeling weighed down by these connections. Damn. I feel like you're really ready to get moving forward on something, get moving forward on your path, get moving forward with a relationship. But I also feel like you might be hesitant about what action to take on that, or not wanting to be the one to take action, or not wanting to make the wrong move. This is definitely in your connections with other people, whether it be a romantic relationship or friendships. It might even be that you're in some kind of connection where there's third party energy involved somehow. And that doesn't necessarily mean like relationship wise. It could be just other people involved. But I do feel like you're dealing with the same cycle in a relationship. You're dealing with the same conflict in some sort of relationship that you're dealing with. Give me one more. You might even have somebody from your past coming back around. Yeah, you're definitely stuck. You're definitely feeling stuck in some sort of cycle, but it is because there are feelings that are not being acknowledged, and I feel like it's on your end and another person's end. But I feel like there's a lot of holding back. There's a lot of holding back emotions. There's a lot of not acknowledging your emotions, because there is this inspiration available to you. There is this new beginning that is being presented to you, but or this new way of going about handling things in your relationships, or a new spark in a relationship, but it's not being seen clearly right now because there is so many emotions and feelings that are not being acknowledged. There's a lot that's being bottled up, and so it's really hard for you to like trust in your intuition right now. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, so you have the Seven of Cups as your overall energy, but you do have the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune underneath that. So out of this confusion that you're feeling, you are going to manifest this new beginning, especially within your love life, and it is going to be more in lines of what your path is. So if you're looking at a specific relationship and you want for it to be on this specific path, if you want it to be this fulfilling relationship, but you feel that you keep dealing with the same negative cycle, and it's not moving forward, and it's seeming to be this constant battle, or if you're finding that all of the connections that you enter into, it's just more competing for attention, or just more competition, or just more conflict and sadness than anything, it's because there's something that you're needing to acknowledge within your own heart, within your own feelings. So if you've recently left somebody behind and they're coming back for a reconciliation, whether this is something that you want or not, with the Six of Swords, I feel like it's a message to like give yourself that space, to give yourself that calmness, to really be able to acknowledge your emotions and acknowledge your intuition. Because I feel like you're wanting to manifest something, but there's no solid plan to this. There's no groundedness to this, because it's almost like you've been kind of put in this energy where everything has become more of a battle, just a day-to-day battle, than being able to focus on what the long-term goal is. Yeah, there's just a need to take inspiration and put it towards something more stable and a more long-term goal, and just being able to have your focus in that place and have more control over your own energy. And I feel like you feel that you have control over your energy, but there's a difference between having control of your energy and being guarded. When you have control over your energy, you're still open. You're still open to emotions. You're still open to feelings. And so I also feel like collectively there's this really deep healing of divine masculine energy overall. And I feel like that's in masculine and feminine both, because we all have both within us. So I feel like there's a lot of that healing of learning how to embody that divine masculine energy without it being aggressive, without it being a controlled energy. And I feel like that's a lot of why things are so triggering right now. Also, yeah, it's about being clear on what your path is, on what your personal path is, what holds value to you, what legacy do you want to leave. And I feel like once you become clear on what your path is, your emotional needs are, your emotional happiness is, that's where that new beginning comes in. That's where you clear away all of this energy. And again, I feel like it comes from really being able to acknowledge your own emotions, your own feelings, being able to kind of step away and clear yourself from the emotions of other people for a little bit so you can really tap into you. All right, I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye bye.